communication is the key, right? And a lot of it depends who's on the other side. If how well the client, like how much knowledge they have in actual media buying, how they approach it. Are they doing just one channel? Then everything's a lot more simpler. As soon as you add the second, the third channel and whatnot, everything becomes more complicated. But yeah, understanding your client, understanding who's on the other side, how to explain things to them, how to talk with them, be more technical or like simplify things. That's very important. And also very client dependent. Like a lot of clients have what I call them operators, right? Who are the one that kind of run their DTC or like e-commerce part. And it's a process, right? It's like kind of you're growing together, you're trying to explain things together, you're looking at numbers together and trying to make sense out of them. The more complex the business is, the more the numbers kind of don't make sense, right? But for clients that are spending just on maybe one or two channel, we don't bother talk too much about attribution at all because it becomes messy really, really fast. But once you pass a certain ad spend and like you're spending money on, I don't know, Google, Facebook, TikTok, and perhaps, I don't know, Pinterest and what like Amazon and whatnot, then you need to have that attribution talk in very deeply. And it takes quite a lot of time to understand how multiple touch points are affecting and scaling your business and where to successfully put your money. And even then you're looking at numbers and then you're looking at numbers of your like post-purchase surveys and nothing makes sense. Like they're usually the results are quite opposite of what, for example, whatever attribution tool you're using. So yeah, it's a process. It's hard. It's like it never stops. It keeps on going.
What do you look at to make decisions? Like, are you guys, is there a play? Are there, I mean, obviously there's multiple sources. I mean, for us, we're looking at, essentially we're looking at a mixture of UTM parameters as one. We look at what it says in platform on a click basis is sort of like I would say equally important to the first one. And then we're using sort of like the third party tool if we have it as a gut check. What else are you and then we do creative reporting kind of every week, depending on how much creative we have coming in. But what are you looking at to make those decisions? To make those, if a client says, "What are you looking at?" How are you making that?
It's pretty similar, basically. Like for example, up until like iOS 14 came out, most of the decisions were based out of UTMs and Google Analytics, right? Then for like a year, Google Analytics and Facebook on-platform data didn't make sense at all. So you need to have a third-party tool kind of giving you the blended results, and you're kind of understanding different traffic sources, what type of quality traffic you're getting. So right now the process kind of looks similar to what you said, right? We mostly base our optimization decision based on third-party tool attribution data. So we use that and we kind of test every month or every second month if the way we're optimizing thing kind of makes sense, right? And if it's providing better results, because like Facebook obviously is working a lot on their own platform attribution. And sometimes you just need to make like an A/B test. Well, as if you can call it an A/B test, because like it's not actually an A/B test, but just to see what would happen if I optimize my ad spend based on the data on platform. What would be the results of that, right? Explaining that to the client, it's a completely different story. But the easiest way we kind of found was like just to explain to clients, okay, so different channels, you can expect different type of traffic, different quality of traffic, different type of audiences. If you're reaching a different type of audience, you should have different KPIs for that specific channel. And for many clients, that's kind of hard to understand, right? Because if they say, oh, my ROAS have to be, I don't know, like 2.0, whatever it is, right? Okay, you need to explain to them, but if you're for prospecting traffic, your benchmark KPI should be different across multiple channels. And that's, again, it's a process. And then you have to tell them you're reaching like different part of audiences, completely different audiences, different part in the funnel and so on. So yeah, it's messy.